finish him off. He's calling for it. This is it. This is it. Your career's on the line here. Do it. Do it. This place will erupt when he picks him up. He's got him up. Oh, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. We've got a new heavyweight champion. Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous. I just had an out-of-body experience. What did we just see? What did we just see?
He got him in a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You get to see your knee. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history.
The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport.
A little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Fail! Listen, it's tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Slam! Slam! Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips are the biggest size in the WWE. Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough!
What?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Simmons got your grill! Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So to escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
No, it's live, Hal.
Let the slaughter begin!
It is now time for
Wrestling with reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
number one to be the man, baby. You have to beat the man. Heavyweight champion of the world. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun.
Have you ever heard a joke like that in your life?
You are gonna wrestle my ass for the world title. You will have to kill me to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
Oh, what is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I am back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality. Listen, this is going to be a very condensed version of Wrestling with Reality. I may sound a little different because I'm not in my normal setup. I wasn't even going to do this show because you guys know that I'm taking a break until August. But I do have a special guest that is going to join me this evening, because we had what I thought was a phenomenal week of wrestling. Professional wrestling is fun again. And yes, I love pro wrestling. Almost 40 years a fan. I love it. And what I saw this past Saturday and Sunday just made me love it even more. But the reason why I'm doing this show tonight is because my guest was actually at both shows. I think he was at the SmackDown also, but we will specifically be talking about Money in the Bank and NXT Heatwave. So my guest was actually at those shows, and that's why I want to hear from him to get his take on what it was like being live in the building to what I thought was tremendous shows. Shout out to Keela and Ricardo. Shout out to those of you watching over on Twitter. Please make sure and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And those watching on Twitter, drop me a comment in the comment box if you agree or disagree with what we are about to say. Yeah, Keela, this is one of my favorite pictures. Normally, I'd come on here and say that I'm the man with the greatest beard on YouTube, but guess what? I don't have my beard anymore. But you guys will see at some point. So anyway, without further ado, let me bring on my special guest all the way from Canada. What's going on, Ruben?
What's going on, Trevor?
Hey, I can't call it, man. So let's shot. What's a big A in the building? Let me get this out of the way. I want to ask you a question first before we get into the reviews. Who do you listen? How long have you been watching wrestling? First of all, let's start there.
So I started watching wrestling like very casually from the Attitude Era, and then I had like breaks, 1 or 2 years up until 2010. And I'm sure you agree, 2010 was like a really bad year for wrestling, like terrible.
Yeah.
So I just kind of left, and then I started watching wrestling again in 2021 when cmpunk came back, and then I just been constantly watching since then.
Okay. Shout out to MD, the political prophet amongst men in the building. MD, the link is in the chat. Venkat said he's probably going to be coming on later. He didn't know that I was doing a show. So if MD and Venkat want to continue after I leave, that's fine. But we are not going to be long here today. All right. So do you listen to any wrestling podcasters? I mean, with the exception of myself.
Yeah, I listen to like Figure Four online, like, Wrestling Observer, like pretty much like daily. Like, I'll listen to like a little bit of like What Culture. I'll listen to like all the Fightful stuff. Like, I don't really listen to like Sean Ross Sapp or anything that much, but I'll listen to like Grapsody, and I'll listen to like a whole bunch of people. I'll listen to my my hometown guys, like they have like the Poison Rana podcast, and then the Pollock and their Pollock and the guys Whiting their podcast. So no, I'm pretty much like up to date on everything. Like, I listen to a few podcasts here and there.
Okay, and all this is equaling up to something why I'm asking you this. So I don't really listen to Meltzer, because to me Meltzer is biased and one-sided, and if it didn't happen in Japan or AEW, it's not good. So if I am going to listen to him, I listen to him just to laugh at what he says. I am a huge fan of the Solomonster. I don't know if you know about him. I do listen to Fightful. Hell, I was subscribed to Fightful's Patreon for a while with Sean Ross Sapp, and I love Pollock and Wei Ting. So the reason I asked you this, I'm glad that you said you listen to John Pollock and Wei Ting, because I was just listening to their review the other day. And John Pollock, to me, is starting to do this thing that other people are doing, and it's really starting to annoy me. He can't give, and I want to know if you see this, he can't give WWE credit without saying that AEW did something good also. Have you noticed that with any wrestling podcasters?
I haven't noticed it. Like I haven't listened to his review on Money in the Bank. I haven't noticed that. But I think I have an idea why. But could you maybe elaborate what an example maybe?
It's just the overall tone. So okay, so we're gonna get into the Heat Wave match, and that was with the one match in particular, Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka, which could have probably been the match of the weekend.
No, that's my match of the weekend.
Okay, see, and my match of the weekend was the tag match, but that match was second. So they are like crucifying that match, but these are the same people who were singing the praises of Ricochet and Ospreay, who were doing the exact same thing. It just comes off to me like and I've always said this, all these podcasters and stuff, they love to criticize WWE, but the truth of the matter, if WWE wasn't around, they wouldn't be in business because nobody's going to pay to hear them talk about these other companies. And that is exactly what it is. When we do shows specifically on AEW and stuff like that, nobody listens. We were doing shows going around wrestling and nobody gave a damn. It's always about the WWE stuff. So it just, to me, I've been watching this for 40 years, and my whole thing is this: just enjoy pro wrestling. Like, you don't have to, if you blow somebody else's candle out, yours isn't going to shine bright. And it just seems to me like they want these other companies to always be in the headlines at the risk of trying to criticize everything WWE does, when right now WWE is on absolute fire. Like, they can't miss on anything that they're doing. I'm not saying everything they do is great, but they can't miss. Like, nothing there. It's crazy right now. So I just wanted to hear, because you are an AEW fan, and I like AEW. Great wrestling. I would say the best wrestling on the planet, but nobody cares, obviously, because nobody's watching. It has to be more than just great wrestling. You gotta put on compelling stories and things like that. So I just wanted to hear from an AEW fan. But let's get into these shows. So you went to SmackDown, Money in the Bank, and Heat Wave.
Yeah, I went to all three.
Jesus, how much money did that set you back?
To be honest, I got it at pre-sale, and it wasn't that bad. Like, when you compare it to I won't give out any prices or anything like that, but I will say, so for the 3-pack I got, if someone got a ticket in my section, like after the pre-sale, like after most of the sales are done, that ticket for just Money in the Bank would be double than what I got for the 3-pack for all three shows in my section.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to, when I went to SmackDown earlier this year, it cost me about $400 for 3 tickets. Monday Night Raw will be here next month. So I'm looking to go to that too. So that's going to cost me a grip, and that's not even for like close seats, because all the close stuff is already sold out. So this is more so in the upper deck, but it's still going to cost me a grip. But I just tell anybody, man, if you have the opportunity to go to pro wrestling, go, because wrestling is fun. I've been to indie promotions. It doesn't matter what you go to. Pro wrestling is fun, and it is on fire right now. So we won't get into SmackDown, but let's get into this Money in the Bank card. So set the atmosphere for me. What was it like in the building? Because what I'm starting to notice with these international shows, and I'm so glad that WWE is doing it, because I think U.S. fans are spoiled and they like to go to shows and sit on their hands. But these international crowds try to outdo one another. Nobody will ever beat France. Like, that was, the insanity of that was crazy. But I love to see these other countries try. So just before we get into the card, let's set the atmosphere. Like, what was it like? What was the build up, the setting for Money in the Bank? Like, what was there hype around the event? How was it in the building?
Oh yeah, there is like a massive amounts of hype. So like to kind of paint you a picture, the arena is pretty much like in the center, the densest part of like the of downtown Toronto, like right near the main railway station, and so there's like a lot of people coming in, and you just when you're walking in, you just see everybody with T-shirts. Just everybody, it's like drinking or smoking weed or whatever, and it's just crazy, right? You come in, like the atmosphere is electric. Everybody's already there for the pre-show, for the kickoff. So you're walking in, it's completely crowded. People are trying to get merch, and then yeah, just everybody's just coming in, and no, it was just crazy. Just a really electric atmosphere, right? Because it was sold out, right? And to get kind of give you a comparison, like even for Forbidden Door, there was like a little bit, not a lot, right, but just maybe a little bit tarped off. But for Money in the Bank, it was mostly filled, right? Maybe there are some missing, empty sections in the upper area, but for the most part, it was completely filled.
Shout out to MD, just joined us in the building. Ricardo said to ask you if you had a filthy weekend, and ask him, and how were the chicks?
Yeah, after Money in the Bank, I partied, and I went to, let's just say, I did things I'm not, I probably shouldn't have, and I got home at 10 a.m. in the morning after partying, till 7.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. What's up, MD?
Peace. What's going on? Yeah, I'm just listening in, trying to see, the breakdown of Money in the Bank. It was a great show. It was a great show.
Yeah, I thought it was phenomenal. So let's get into let's get into this card again, because this is my problem, Neruban, and this is why when Ricardo told me that you went, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get him on, because I wasn't doing a show until August. Mm-hmm. But when I heard that you were there, I'm like, I got to get him on, because people always like to say, namely my co-host Venkat, that things aren't as hot as we think they are. Like, he doesn't think Cody is as over as he is and things like that. And I'm like, bro, look at that crowd. And so I'm glad that you're there in the building so you could tell us what things actually were like. Because on my TV, it looks like this company is on fire and they cannot miss. So let's get into the first match. And again, just give me, MD, you want to chime in something? Hey, Neruban, this your show. Just take it over. We had the men's Money in the Bank, which opened the show. That kind of surprised me, but it didn't, only because I figured Drew was going to win and try to cash in. Mm-hmm. So they had to get it out of the way. But you had LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, main event Jey Uso, and oh my God, Andrade. Hey, listen. Going into this, again, all those wrestling talking heads, oh, this Money in the Bank isn't as star-studded, and all these newcomers to the Money in the Bank is not going to be as good. Listen, this match was phenomenal. Hey, everybody had their time to shine. Andrade is a madman. I mean, Chad Gable was the MVP of the entire match. This man, walk us through this match. Like, what was this insanity like?
No, it was great, because it kind of dovetailed from yesterday, where like if you remember from the SmackDown, Jay and LA, they were having kind of like a yeet battle, so that kind of carried over into today. And then the crowd, like the people were firmly behind like Jay and LA Knight. But no, like everybody came, and then like Drew came, and like we all knew that Drew was gonna win. So no, it was crazy. Like people responded to the spots really well. People, like, I think people are still like kind of new to Melo still, but like they're pretty impressed with Melo. Andrade, it's funny actually. I remember Andrade doing like a ladder match for All Out 2022 with a whole bunch of like other people, and he wasn't as sharp back then. I don't know, for whatever reason. Like you could clearly see like in like the All Out match 2 years ago that he was like waiting for the spots, like waiting for the call to do his spot. But no, in this match he was pretty sharp.
Who did you think was going to win? You thought Drew all the way?
Yeah, I thought Drew all the way.
MD, what about you? Who did you think was going to win it going in? I had Drew winning and with a slight Jey Uso maybe.
Yeah, it went the way I thought because they hyped Jey Uso up pretty good. So they gave Jey the false, the false sense. You know what I mean? So it went pretty much. Yeah, it went pretty much the way I thought it was gonna go.
That was great to have Jey Uso on. Hey, listen, shout out to whoever's doing WWE's production because Naruben, you can't see it in the arena, but what they did when Jey was up on the ladder, they pulled the camera shot in tight. Like, yeah, he's gonna get it, and everybody's going crazy. It's Jey Uso, and out of nowhere you see this ladder just boom to knock him off. I'm like, oh crap. And then it's Drew McIntyre just, coming from the doldrums and to win. Like what was the most insane spot of the night that the crowd just went crazy for in this match?
I think it was when Andrade nearly breaks Mello in half. When you remember
with that sunset bomb.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. MD, what stood out for you in this match?
Yeah, the sunset bomb was crazy and the Chad Gable fall.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Chad Gable is the MVP, man. That guy, man, I can't wait for him to be a champion, man. That guy is awesome. I hope they get him away from this Wyatt stuff just because I don't want him involved in that. But this guy is just friggin' awesome. I can't wait until they get him with the Creeds and Ivy Niles because that's going to be crazy. So Drew McIntyre ended up winning, which we did think it was going to go that way. So did any of you guys think CM Punk was going to cost Drew from winning? You knew Punk was going to be there. Everybody knew Punk was going to be there. That's not the point. But did you think Punk was going to cost him the briefcase or the way it ended up, Punk costing him the title?
Yeah, I think he was going to cost Punk was going to cost Drew the title, right? Because that would just make more and more storyline sense. Then rather than ruin the cash in, just ruin like his title opportunity.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I was about to say you were good with that, right?
Yeah, I'm good with it. I don't think now is the right time to separate Priest from Judgment Day. Not right now, because they got another storyline with Liv and all that. So,
but especially that Rhea just came back.
Right. So if you would involve CM Punk in the Money in the Bank match, then the only obvious thing, because Priest ain't gonna beat Seth Rollins clean. So the only other thing would have been some type of Judgment Day involvement, and then that would have furthered Priest not wanting them to be involved in matches, and ultimately, him separating from Judgment Day. I don't think that it's not time for that right now. So it was the right thing.
Drew has to kill CM Punk, right?
But he got to.
Like,
no choice.
I mean, he because you were telling me about the Bad Blood pay-per-view that's coming up by you. I think that's going to be Drew and Punk in Hell in a Cell because this is the best feud going on in wrestling, period. And I think that's the only match that's deserving of that cell. But Drew is going. Well, damn. Thinking of that, then they may have Punk beat Drew at SummerSlam in a fluky way, and then Drew kills him in Hell in a Cell. This has to end up with Drew destroying him because CM Punk is like really coming off as an asshole, and Drew needs to get his comeuppance. He has to at some point. He has to destroy him.
I think this feud they're going to stretch out this feud all the way to next year's WrestleMania.
Oh wow! Even with the addition of Seth now.
Oh, with the addition of Seth, like it pretty much like because like if it's just a feud between two guys, that could possibly run out of steam real fast. With Seth, it's they can drag it out to WrestleMania.
Yeah. What you think about that, MD?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Sometime between now and then, Drew is gonna win the championship. So you gotta think about how's that gonna play a role as far as like implications with the title. So from that aspect, yeah, I can see it happening. It's gonna be interesting to see the dynamic between Drew and Seth now, as far as like maybe some type of collusion between the two, or I don't know how it's gonna work, but it's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, I agree with you though, Trev. With Bad Blood being traditionally the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, it's got to be CM Punk and Drew. Like I don't see any other angle that could go Hell in a Cell besides that at this point.
And remember that was the first Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So last question on this match: who's the babyface in this feud? Because more and more, Drew McIntyre is really getting screwed over here.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't think Punk is the heel yet, right? Like he hasn't. Like I mean, he's doing all the heel things, but like he hasn't turned, right? While Drew hasn't turned from his heelish ways at all. So I'd say Drew is the heel and Punk is the face, like an alignment, but like really like they're both tweeners.
Hey, I love it. I'm here for the ride. And I did say this, so I'm the first person to say it. I don't want to hear anybody taking credit for this. Just remember Stone Cold and Triple H, the two-man power trip. Don't be surprised if you see something like that with Seth and Drew. Because at some point, Seth is going to get tired of coming out there singing and dancing because he's been getting screwed over like crazy too. So look for them to form some type of alliance, i.e. the two-man power trip with Austin and Triple H back in the day. That's going to be crazy if that happens. So let's get into the next match. Again, another friggin' banger. Like, I love the 5-match cards. I love it. I love these 5-match cards. You had Canada's own Sami Zayn taking on the Future. I mean, hell, this guy's the next big thing that's already there. Braun Breaker. I thought this match was fantastic. Sami Zayn won clean though with the haluva kick. MD, what'd you think about this match? MD said he had to step out. All right. So, Narugan, how did this match come off in the arena?
No, people loved it, right? Because like people were firmly behind Sammy, right? Because like Montreal is not that far from us, so people were behind Sammy. But no, people loved it. People loved the match, and it's kind of a standard thing. Like Sammy is always kind of struggling, and then.
You there?
He's always kind of fighting through, and at the very last he wins. So it's a Syrian, and Braun is like the like the new Brock Lesnar, right? They're going to make him into like a Brock Lesnar type figure for the generation to come. So no, it was a great match, very good match.
So how long can Sammy play this underdog role? I mean, because you mentioned it was great against Gunther, it was great against Roman, but like at some point, does it? I mean, when do we start seeing Sami Zayn as a guy that could actually beat somebody versus being the guy that we're surprised beat somebody?
I don't know. I think this may be his character unless he does like a face like a heel turn or he changes up his character. So it's funny that you bring this up, right? I think Braun and Sammy are gonna have another match very soon, probably on TV. I'm thinking, and then on that TV taping, I think or that TV or that of an episode of Raw.
You went out. You
Or
there?
SmackDown. Was it? They're on SmackDown. I'm trying to. No, they're on
No,
SmackDown.
they're on
Can you
Raw.
hear me?
Yeah, they're on Raw.
Yeah, they're on Raw. Okay, cool. Yeah, so they're probably gonna have their match, the championship match on Raw, and then at that point, I think Sammy's gonna lose the title to Braun.
Okay, see, I think Braun's going to take it from him at SummerSlam.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's a SummerSlam match. They may throw Ilya Dragunov in there some type of way, but I think Braun is leaving SummerSlam with the title.
Mm-hmm.
But just again, this was just another great match, man. I think this match they gave him like maybe 15 minutes, and this just was awesome, man. Like I don't think people don't appreciate Sami Zayn enough as a babyface, because I mean he's tremendous. They see him in the comic role, but I remember NXT when he was going against Cesaro and going against Pac and all that stuff, and he was the lovable loser. It's just, I mean, this guy's great. I love Sami Zayn. You back him, D? All right, yeah, he's not back yet. So all right, so let's move on. Next. I think this was next in the night. Trish Stratus comes out, introduces John Cena. John Cena has an announcement that he is going to retire in 2025. And how did John Cena come off to the Canada crowd?
Oh, so I'm actually this is not the question you should have asked me, because when all this was going on, because I thought it would just be another promo for that the YouTube documentary or upcoming stuff. So I went out to get food, and then I see John Cena's music come on, and people are running towards the arena. At this point, I've seen John Cena so many times live, right? So I didn't think much of it, right? So I went and got food, and then I come into my section, and everybody looks kind of weird. And then I asked my friend, "Oh, what was going on? What's going on? What happened?" And then he said, "Oh, John Cena announced his retirement." I'm just, oh man, what the hell?
Wow. So get out of here. So what's your thoughts on John Cena? Just his career in its entirety.
John Cena, like even me, right? Like back in like the mid aughts, mid 00s, like I wasn't like I love this Thugonomics gimmick, right? That's actually one of my favorite gimmicks, like of all time. But then when he made the shift to his PG character and like towards the end of like the 00s, I didn't like him, right? I didn't like him. But like now, like looking back and then seeing his growth, he is one of the greatest of all time. Like you can't argue it, right? Like his moveset is his moveset, right? But he knows how to construct the match. He knows how to tell a story. Like he's like one of the greatest like mic talkers of like our generation. So it's sad, right? But at the same time too, he has to move on, right? He has another career in Hollywood. Like he's been in the business for 25 years. At some point, just got to move on and move on to like bigger and better things, right? So it is what it is, but he is like it's not really debatable. He is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I definitely put John Cena in my top 10. He may be creeping up in top 5 just when you look at his career in its totality. Just because, again, I've been watching wrestling for 40 years, so I've seen them all come and go. But longevity, I look at a bunch of different things when it comes to his career. I love the Thugonomics gimmick. I loved pre-PG era when he was a face, when he was taking on like Umaga and stuff like that, and last man standing matches. I thought all that stuff was great. My biggest knock against John Cena, and I am going to be doing a 5 count about this soon, is, you know, top missed opportunities in wrestling is he never got the next guy over. Like outside of CM Punk, you know, he got CM Punk over, but CM Punk didn't need any help getting over. CM Punk was going to get over regardless. But when you look back at John Cena's career, it's almost Hulk Hogan-esque. Who did he get over? He didn't get anybody over.
Well, here's the thing. I noticed in the last few years, like he has been trying to like get people over, but like it hasn't worked, right? Like look at like Austin Theory, right? Like he let Austin Theory win, right? Like Austin Theory won over him, right? But Austin Theory is no more over than he was when he won the title from John, right? So I don't think like necessarily it's John's fault. I just think like so many years have passed, and you know, he can take the loss, right? But as far as his character putting someone over, I don't think it's like really going to work for, you know, so many reasons.
So let me ask you a question. If I'm in a feud with you and I'm supposed to be trying to get you over, and I'm telling the crowd of 10,000 people that you got scripted promos, and whenever you come on, people want to turn the channel, and when I'm telling you all this stuff, how could I get you over?
Well, see, like, I don't even have a problem with that, right? Because, like, in a way, like, John is forcing, like, the other person to, like, he's giving them the tools to get over, right? He's telling you in your face, okay, it's publicly, right? But in your face, what you need to do to get over, right? Because there's only so much he can do to get a person over, right? It's not like a solo dance, right? It's a two-person dance, right? And I don't know, like some of these people, like they just can't cut it against John, right? They just look at Roman, right? He got Roman over, like he really did, right? Because
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Look at like Roman got himself over, right? Ultimately, Roman got himself over, right? But if you look at the promos,
COVID got Roman over.
COVID got Roman. Yeah, COVID era got Roman over, right? But like if you look at like their past promo battles, like before COVID era, like Roman was garbage, right? And then because of his interactions with John, right, years later when he stood toe to toe against John, he was able to like hold his own, right? So in a way, John did get Roman over, right? In a way, right? It took a while, right? It took several years, right? So like he has like in a way gotten people over, but he's not gonna like lift someone up if they're not up to snuff.
I think MD is back. MD.
Yo.
All right, real quick. What did you think about the Sami Zayn Braun Breaker match before we get into John Cena?
It was all right match. I'm not tripping on the finish because it's too early in Braun Breaker's main roster career to like see it as a burial. So the loss don't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? The loss don't hurt Braun Breaker at all. But it was all right, man. It was okay.
Yeah, I don't think him losing hurt him at all. I'm just shocked that he did lose, but I know he's going to win it at SummerSlam. So what's your thoughts on John Cena finally announcing wrap it up in 2025?
Yeah, I was listening to the back end of the conversation. I mean, it's time, man. Ain't nothing else for John Cena to do. Nothing else at all. I mean, to me, he's the last of the McMahon concoctions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could throw Roman in there, kind of, sort of, but I think Roman is in between. Like, you know, a lot of his success came organically for other reasons. John Cena is the last of the concoction. I'm talking about like Hogan, Warrior, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to you talking about getting people over. I don't think necessarily that's what a McMahon concoction is there to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's one thing to get somebody else over. It's another thing to be exclusively like an asses and seats type guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what John Cena is. He's the last of his breed. And, you know, it's time for him to go and, you know, take him out the pasture. Because that era is over with. I'm telling you that right now. Like that era is over with. I don't think. I mean, it's possible, but I think as far as like having that one guy to rely on, as far as like ticket sales and merch and stuff, I think that era is over with in WWE. So Cena is the last, and he's gonna go out with a bang. Now he said he said he was gonna end it Money in the Bank next year, right?
Well, he said he has 40 dates. So it'll be his last WrestleMania, and then we'll see if he gets the Money in the Bank.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
If
It'll be interesting to see what he do at Mania. I know everybody want to see him and Randy because you know they career kind of parallel. But even again to that point, like I don't look at Orton and I don't look at Randy Orton getting put over by Cena. I don't look at Orton's career that way. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see.
So to both of y'all, who's John Cena's greatest opponent? It's either Randy, Punk, or Edge. It's either one of those three.
I mean, I would still say Orton, but I wouldn't look at it as like him doing Randy Orton a favor. But that's his best rivalry to me.
I'm going to say CM Punk is his best feud, but his most storied rival has to be Orton.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't got any disagreement with that. So we'll see. So let's get into the World Championship match. You had El Campeon Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins, and it did look like Damian Priest got knocked out in this match, which probably is what was the cause of that obvious 3 count. Naruban, how did this match come off? How is Seth Rollins in person? Because on TV, he comes off like a megastar.
Oh, he's people love him, and I've been following his career since ROH. So no, like I'm a big fan of his, and no, he comes off like a huge star, and like whenever the theme song hits, it's like the whole arena is going crazy. The whole arena is singing, and no, he came off really good in this in his presentation and everything.
So what did you think about this match?
I thought the match was decent. Like the whole thing with Priest's botch, I didn't think it was like that bad. I did notice like the arena did boo when that happened. But they cleaned it up pretty quickly, right? In fact, I forgot about the whole thing, right? When that botch happened, and it was only when I started looking back at it that I remember that happening. But it wasn't really a big deal, right? To be honest, like it's like you're a musician in an orchestra, and then you miss a note, you just keep playing, right? So for that, I wasn't like I didn't consider that a big deal. It was just like a small mistake, and like afterwards when they handled it pretty well, they called the audible, handled it pretty well, and the match continued, right? And like people are more focused on the fact that CM Punk came, and then people were going nuts over that.
So MD, the botch was bad though. On TV, especially in the arena, it may not look this bad, but on TV it looked awful because they like Seth had this look on his face like. And I'm glad that Triple H at least acknowledged it in the press conference. I'm very, very happy that he acknowledged it because if this was Vince, first of all, they wouldn't be doing press conferences. But secondly, they would have acted like nothing happened. So, MD, what did you think about this match?
Yeah, so as you know, I watched the show when I got back home later on that night. I was going back and forth, and I saw it. I didn't know what was going on. I started perusing Twitter, and people were saying, was that because of like they missed the spot with Drew coming out, the cash in. So I didn't know. Then later they were saying something about Priest may have been knocked out, like he didn't nobody know, you know what I'm saying? So I was confused about what had happened when I saw it. I'm like, what? Like what? But as the match went on, I'm not gonna say it was forgettable, but the sequence of events suspended my disbelief a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a good thing that in the press conference, Triple H talked about it, and Seth talked about it on Monday.
Yeah.
You know, he mentioned it, so that was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're just gonna chalk it up as a mistake by the ref, okay, I guess I can go with that. You know what I mean? But you know, as far as like the body of the match, it was okay. It didn't really wrap up for me until the cash in.
Okay, so speaking of the cash in, all of a sudden, I mean, everybody knew this was going to happen because he called his shot. He said he was going to do it. Drew McIntyre comes out and starts wrecking shop. Obviously, you know, okay, Punk didn't cost him the briefcase, so you know CM Punk is lurking somewhere. Now, Ruben, did you guys see CM Punk go under the ring?
No, no one saw him go under the ring at all. Like, that's crazy. Like, we just saw him appear out of nowhere, and people went nuts. Like, no one figured CM Punk was under the ring.
So they showed how they did it with Jacob Fatu when he attacked Cody on SmackDown. They had him in a hoodie just coming out with the ring crew, acting like they were coming to change the apron. And then that's when he went under the ring. I'm wondering if that's what happened with Punk. So CM Punk comes out of nowhere, starts beating the hell out of Drew. I mean, I knew he was clear. I'm telling you, I knew he was cleared. I've been saying this since our last show. He's still saying that he's not, but he is. They wouldn't let him get physical if he wasn't, because he was actually using the hurt arm. He starts hitting them with chair shots. You see this picture here, choking them with the ring cable. That's how you know WWE is back to the old ways, because you could do this again. Daniel Bryan got fired for doing this. But now they're like, hey, the gloves are off. You could choke that son of a bitch all you want now. So that I thought the attack was good. I loved the ending. Damian Priest gets the win, and Damian Priest is so pissed off because now he's looking like the champion that can't win a match without anybody's help. So, and he showed that on his face as he was leaving. He was just like, damn it, man, this is getting ridiculous. CM Punk sitting Indian style on the announce table. Seth Rollins is pissed. And Seth Rollins like, man, I gave you a chance. And it's just like, now you got Seth Rollins mad. That's why I think we're going to get a two-man power trip. Because this guy can't be foiling them that much and them not do anything. You know, Drew is irate. He tears up the whole backstage, elbows Adam Pearce, telling CM Punk he knows where he lives. And so I'm like, bro, this is to a point where Wade Barrett had to get in the way and tell him to calm down. Wade Barrett didn't want to commentate anymore because Wade Barrett was like, I'm going to get fired if I say something, because, you know, him and Drew are real good friends. I just love the way that they're making it so real. If you're my friend and somebody's constantly causing you problems, I'm not going to sit there and just not say anything. So I love the fact that they got Wade reacting to this like, bro, this is wrong. Like, nobody else sees that this is wrong, what's going on. So what do you guys think about the foiled cash in? Because there people online, again, because people don't know wrestling. I get it. To me, the Money in the Bank means nothing. So I don't care if he would have cashed it in next year or he cashed it in 10 minutes later. It didn't matter. It furthered the hottest story in wrestling right now. So what do you guys think about the failed cash in and CM Punk actually getting physical?
I thought it was awesome. I think actually it's the only way to go, right? Because, like, let's say like Drew wins the title. Well, you know, Damian didn't really hold on to it enough, right? Like, there has to be some sort of like proper resolution to his reign, which we'll probably get at SummerSlam. But also, if Drew was walking around with like the briefcase and everything, right? But it's kind of like an albatross, right? Like, you know, like people are gonna keep wondering, you know, through the months, is he gonna do it? Is he? And what about CM Punk? So it didn't really make a whole lot of sense for Drew to hold on to the briefcase. Might as well like get it over the way and further the storyline with Punk.
MD, what you think about the failed cash in?
See, initially I did not like it. I did not like it at all, because I beg to differ with you, Trev. The Money in the Bank cash ins are moment. They WWE moments. That's just how I look at it. One of my sons said something, and when he said it, I thought it was brilliant. because eventually we all know Drew is going to win the title at some point. My son said, like I said, we were watching when we got back. He said, why not, you know, you can still play into the CM Punk Drew storyline. Let CM Punk just like steal the Money in the Bank briefcase. That way you can't do nothing with it, or just for that night. You know what I mean? He'd go to cash in, you go to the back. You know, he said he tried to make his way, like they in the locker room, he can't find the damn briefcase. I can see that. I can see that. To me, looking at it now, I'm okay with it because, like I said, he's still gonna win the title at some point. So I'm not tripping on that. Another thing was, okay, the Seth does the super kick, then you know he does the rebound and then into the future shot. Seth is gone for the rest. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where the hell is Seth at? This whole time, CM Punk beating the hell out of Drew. Where's Seth? And then Drew get back in the ring, south of heaven, boom, it's over. So, you know, I understand why they did it because, again, they don't want anybody to touch CM Punk right now for whatever reason. You know what I mean? He can touch you, but they don't want CM Punk touch. You know what I mean? So I get it from that aspect. But again, I'm looking at it, I'm like, this whole time, that whole sequence, 6 minutes, 7 maybe, where the hell is Seth at? So, you know, from that aspect, I can criticize it, but that's just me nitpicking. Other than that, it was a great ending of the match.
Yeah, so your son's point, that's, I can see Vince McMahon booking that a comedy. This angle has gone. This angle doesn't need comedy in it at all.
Yeah, it was coming from a 15-year-old. So yeah, I can see Vince. I can see Vince doing it.
Yeah, that would have been too much comedy. Like, oh, I got your jacket, like Bret Hart and the Pirate. Their whole feud was over him stealing Bret Hart's jacket. Like, so it's like I think people get carried away with the Money in the Bank. I mean, they've been doing this Money in the Bank forever. And yeah, the Money in the Bank is supposed to build a new star, but when you got a story this hot, you got to figure this is the hottest story in wrestling, and CM Punk has only wrestled one match. Think about that. This has been going on since WrestleMania. This has been going on since before WrestleMania, and this man has legit only been in the ring one time. So when people tell me, oh, you know, work rate, whatever, it's people care about stories. That's why we keep coming back. So that was that again, but Drew needs to kill him. I mean, when they get in that cage, Drew needs to beat him within an inch of his life. He has to bloody him up. He has to beat the brakes off of him. So let's get into my match of the night. The car crash match for the women's Money in the Bank. You had Io Sky, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Zoe Stark, and Chelsea Green. Man, listen, you talk about bumps and craziness. This match, I thought the men's match was great until I watched this one. It started out a little rocky in the beginning, but you know what I said, MD. I can't repeat it because my daughter's sitting right here, and I meant it in the most endearing way in the world, man. But these women, they put it all on the line. Naruben, how did this match come off in the arena? And namely, when friggin' Io Sky hit Zoe Stark with the Michinoku driver into the damn ladder. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm just sitting there like, they doing this now in WWE? It was crazy.
No, it was a crazy match. In fact, I think this match was slightly better than the men's Money in the Bank match, just because of, like, you know, the physicality of it, right? And, you know, people said that, you know, it was a train wreck, and, you know, the usual, you know, no psychology. It's like, no, it was, you know, like, they had their spots. It was a well constructed match. You know, it was great. All the women did really great here. And that Io spot with Zoe Stark, that got a pretty crazy reaction. But that last spot with Tiffany,
Oh,
Yeah. So that actually, like, I've never seen anyone say this online, but that spot right there, that's actually a callback to a spot that Chelsea did in TNA with Deonna Purrazzo in one of the pay-per-views where they both fell off from like a huge distance onto the table. So that's actually a callback spot. And people in the arena were saying, "Oh, Chelsea doesn't like high spots and this and that." It's like, I don't know, like if you followed her career, but like she's known for doing.
She's been doing that.
Yeah, she's been doing this. She's been doing this for like a while now. Like all this crazy spots. So that was a pretty awesome spot. Like I love that spot, and we're gonna see Chelsea become like a world champion like in the next couple of years for sure. It's coming.
She deserved it.
I saw a match the other day, and I sent it to MD. Chelsea Green against Pentagon. Like I didn't know Chelsea did that type of stuff. Because I don't know her. I don't know her outside of WWE, so I don't know anything she's done. This woman is crazy, and she is like over. That Karen gimmick is over, and there is a rumor that they're doing women's US and women's IC titles. If they do, Chelsea needs to be the first holder of those titles. I thought these women killed it. I mean, I had Tiffany Stratton winning from the beginning. You had Tiffany Stratton win. MD, well, what you thought about this car crash?
This probably the best women's Money in the Bank match I've ever seen. This was phenomenal. Like it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no BS being played, or like I said, Chelsea Green. A lot of people trip on Chelsea because of the comedy stuff. But Chelsea can go. I'm telling you, she can go. Like just for her having this character development proves that she's even more of a asset to WWE. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I agree with Naruto, man. And I'm saying in the near future, she will be a world champion. She's too over.
It'll be early next year. I don't think it's going to be a couple of years. I'm saying within
near future
6 months.
Yeah, I mean she's too over, bro. The way the crowd popped when she was up on that ladder with the false finish, like they popped. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, like it works in her favor, right? Because she has like that traditional like divas look. Right, so that's going to really work well with her in her favor as well. So no, she's going to reach like really great heights.
Yeah, it ain't many women that look like her that can do the stuff that she do.
Yeah.
On the other end, one that can is Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I know Venkat always talking crap about Tiffany Stratton, but Tiffany Stratton, I said it. That woman is the next Charlotte Flair if she stays with this. And she's a former gymnast, which when we get into the NXT heat wave, I think WWE has found the sweet spot with these women, getting these gymnastic women to come on over here and train. Because the match of the weekend, most people are saying was held between two gymnasts. What did you guys think about? So Zoe Stark is a mad woman. When she did that springboard and smashed her head on the back of the ladder, I don't know what the hell she was trying to do. And I give all credit to Naomi. I've criticized Naomi, but ever since she's been back. She has been killing it. I'm so glad that Jade wasn't in this match because she just would have slowed it down and to a screeching halt. But what did you guys think about that Michinoku driver into the ladder? Like that was insane. Like, first of all, why would you want to take that? But that was crazy.
And it wasn't a Michinoku driver where you like, some people when they do the drive, they'll do it like pretty much like a slam, a sit out slam. That wasn't no sit out slam. That was a true Michinoku driver.
Her head, I'm like, oh God, her head's gonna go do one of the rungs in the ladder. I'm like, please don't let her head go do the rung in the ladder. Yeah, this match was crazy. Chelsea Green goes to the top. Tiffany Stratton comes out, pushes over the ladder, huge bump with the two tables that were out. I think many people already called this. Tiffany Stratton Tiffany Stratton is Miss Money in the Bank. So you got somebody that could run with the Money in the Bank for 6 months. So there you go. It's all y'all that like people having the Money in the Bank forever. She will. It's funny now because she may cash in on Nia Jax at SummerSlam if Nia Jax beats Bayley. That might be interesting to see. But I thought this match was fantastic, man. I literally put this in my match of the year folder because I thought this was great. Like nobody could criticize these women. This was tremendous because if you love car crash matches, you can't not say that this wasn't one of the best you've ever seen. Right? And again, it was with a bunch of new women. There was no Naomi was like what the oldest namesake in there. Like it was crazy. This match was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, the whole thing with now if it's a person that needs to hold the Money in the Bank, it's her. Let build her up. That like it's no reason to like fast forward her cashing in at all. I mean, hell, this could last till WrestleMania, in my opinion. Just build her up.
Yeah, I can see that. What I'm thinking might happen is Charlotte will be back soon, and Charlotte will end up with that title. You know they love their blonde versus blonde, and you may get Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. I think that may steal the show if that happens. So let's get into the main event. We had a 6-man tag, the Bloodline 2.0 versus RKO and Cody Rhodes. So Naruban, again, I hope Venkat's listening. How does Cody Rhodes come off in front of a live crowd?
Oh, he's so over. He got the loudest pop of the night. Like, hey, everybody knew the lyrics to his song. Like, it's just crazy. Like how it's the exact same presentation in AEW, but in WWE, it's just the crowd makes it so different, right? And he's completely over. Like if you can't say he's not over. That's like if you're saying like he's not over, then like you're lying, or like you're about to make like some bad faith argument. Like he's over. Like it's not debatable.
I love you, Venkat, but I mean, there's 2 times this guy has been at live shows with Cody Raheem Rhodes, and I mean, in both times he said how the crowd loves him. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So,
bro, that is so funny, bro. Cody Raheem.
Hey, coming to the barbecue. So this was my least favorite match of the night, and you know why this was my least favorite match of the night? Because they worked it like a wrestling match. You got Jacob Fatu in his first match. You know what I love though? Them saying that Triple H had to pull some strings to get Fatu over the border, because that's kind of true. He wasn't allowed in Canada for a while. So, but this match should have been like the Bloodline versus RKO, that wild tornado tag, and that would have made this that would have made this great. Like, to me, this match never got in second gear because it was worked too much like a wrestling match. The way they worked it is like they figured Roman was coming back. I didn't think Roman was coming back because he buried his dad the same day. So that was crazy for him. He wouldn't have shown up then, but I think they worked this too much like a wrestling match. This should have been a Pier 6 brawl where they all go in there and they just fight for like 10 minutes and that's it. So the Bloodline 2.0 did get the win, with Solo being the one to pin Cody, which now sets up Cody versus Solo in, the main event of SummerSlam, which that's where I think we'll see Roman come back. So, MD, what do you think about this match?
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. From what we had just saw with the women's Money in the Bank to that, I get why they chose this to be the main event. And, because like I said, everybody was still riled from the Money in the Bank. And this match kind of like died it down to close the show out, which is okay. Like I ain't got no issue with that. It was okay, man. I was gonna actually ask you, are you okay with Solo versus Cody at SummerSlam?
Yes. I don't see. You're not gonna get no Solo hate from me. I'm not. I mean, I see a lot of Solo hate, but I am 100% okay because he's leading the number one faction in the company. He should go against the top champion because because the storyline, one thing that made me be okay with it is because Solo said Roman lost our title. He made the title seem like it belonged to the bloodline, not just Roman. So it's not Solo versus Cody. It's Solo trying to get the bloodline's title back. So I got zero problem with it. And they're going to heat Solo up some more. And we know what this is all leading up to. Roman is coming back.
Right. Okay, second question. Do you see Solo with the title at some point in time?
I want Solo
between now and let's say Royal Rumble.
No, but I want him to beat Cody at SummerSlam.
So I mean, it's going to be a title match. So how you going to pull that off?
No, I don't see him beating Cody. I'm saying I want him to beat Cody to be the champion. Like,
that's what I was asking.
Yeah, no, that's what I want.
But it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not that. They're not taking that belt. Cody's losing that belt to probably The Rock or Roman or something like that. That's not happening. But what they have to do at SummerSlam is beat Cody down after the match. That'll justify Roman coming for the save. Not necessarily the save, but for the stare down. So, Naruban, there were loud FU Solo chants in the building. Mm-hmm. You guys were giving Solo hell that night. Like, how did this match come off in that arena?
This was this was not the match was okay. Like, it wasn't a bad match, but like honestly, like, it was kind of, they're kind of leading into the whole psychology of it, which I guess is fine, right? Like, it wasn't really a spot fest. It was kind of more leading towards the psychology of the crowd. But one thing that did disappoint me was Jacob not really doing much, right?
Exactly.
And Jacob, like, because I've seen Jacob before he went to WWE. Jacob, like, only
oh shit! What happened?
Showed like 1% of what he was capable of. What he's capable of, like exponentially more. Like, it's crazy. And like Jake. And the thing I fear about Solo is, like, he's gonna get outclassed by Jacob, not only in ring but in promos as well. Even Tama Tonga outclasses Solo in promos, right? So I figure, like, Solo is like the weak link in this bloodline. Even though he's the leader, he's like kind of like the weak link. I feel. But other than that, no, the match was decent. Like, they got a great reaction from the crowd, and like, Solo pinning Cody was kind of the obvious thing here.
So, I mean, the Solo hatred though, like, I'm talking about loud FU. So were you part of the FU Solo chants?
Yeah, of course. Like, be part of the crowd, of course.
Like, is it more so that it's just a fun thing to do, or do you guys just really hate Solo?
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Trail. He dropped out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he dropped out. Yeah, probably his internet. I think what he was asking is basically, I think, for the fact that the role that Solo plays now in the bloodline storyline, is it genuine hatred? I don't think it is. I don't think you think it is.
Oh crap! I got cut.
Yeah, I don't think it's general hatred for Solo. I just think, from the heel perspective, you can look at him as, I wouldn't say the top heel, but one of the biggest heels.
He's playing his role, basically.
Yeah, definitely on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what Trail was about to lead it to. Go ahead, Trail.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but yeah, like Dom, I think it's just fun to hate on Dom. I don't think people really hate him, but it's just fun to hate him. Solo comes off like people just really don't like him. And that I don't understand why.
I don't. I think like people can see too that like he's not really ready for the role he's in, right? Because like his in ring is okay, his promos are okay, but like even I think people can clearly see like he's kind of like the weakest one here, apart from Tongaloa. Tongaloa is
Oh
like
God, he can't even do a nut shot right. Oh my goodness.
yeah, I know he's trashing, absolutely trashing the ring. But like Tama and Jacob, like I'll class him in like every respect.
Do you see a scenario where Jacob Fatu turns on him?
I see. Yeah, but they have to build it up, right? They have to like have Jacob on the mic more. They have to have Jacob like do a lot more like one-on-one matches more, and then kind of put them together and see like how the crowd reacts.
Yeah, this was my weakest match of the night, just because they went into it like a wrestling match on a show like this that was full of plunder. Then they tried to end it with a wrestling match. They shouldn't have done that. If anything, they should have opened the show with this, and ended with the women's match. But Jacob Fatu never hit that third gear. Like it was like he was tame. Like they were like, hold up, let's save something. So either way, I still thought this was a great show. I mean, even if this match was the weakest on the card to me, and it was still, I gave this a 3.5 with this match. I thought this was a tremendous card. I love the 5-match cards. So what do you guys give this card?
Go ahead, Naruba.
Yeah, I give it like a 3.75 out of 5.
Oh man, you could have gave it.
That's a weird number.
Yeah, that's a weird number.
Well, I didn't want to give it like a 3.5, right? Because it wasn't 3.5, but it wasn't like a 4 out of 5 show. 4 out of 5 show for me either.
Let me ask you this then, Naruba. As far as the PLEs that's been done by WWE this year, what do you put Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank, I'll probably put maybe. I'm just thinking back at the past PLEs. Backlash was definitely second. WrestleMania was first. Elimination Chamber. I don't know. I'd probably put this at like the 4th or 5th PLE.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Because I'm putting this a step above Backlash. So I would say this probably the second best PLE of this year.
Yeah, I got this behind WrestleMania night 2.
Yeah, I had Backlash, but now I'm putting this above Backlash.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, I put this just so y'all know, I did put this card in my pay-per-view of the year folder also, just to see if it makes it there and see if something bumps it out. It is in there. So let's go quickly through this NXT Heatwave card so we can get Ruben out of here. I know Dynamite's coming on. It'll have you out of here soon. NXT Heatwave, the show that we didn't know we needed. But man, did they put on a damn show Sunday night, and it opened up with Obafemi, who is an absolute monster, versus the Cardiac Kid himself, Wes Lee. Now, Ruben, how did this match come off in person?
Oh, this match was great. I love this match. Femi looked strong in here. Wes also looked pretty strong, but it's a clash of styles, right? Like Femi wrestles his big man style, like Wes does his like kind of cruiserweight kind of style, like a classic gladiator versus David. But no, this was great. This was a great match. Loved it. No complaints at all. I'd say it's better than like a lot of the other matches on Money in the Bank for sure.
MD, did you see this? You saw this show?
I ain't got a chance to watch it yet. I was gonna watch it tonight.
Okay, all right.
I saw some highlights when he threw Wesley up in the air like a damn like a helicopter. I saw that.
Yeah, like a sack of shit. He just threw him. He did. Hey, Obafemi is great, man. They got something in him. So Wesley, I'm getting tired of Wesley always, oh my God, what am I going to do next, Wesley? So last night he comes out on NXT. He's about to quit, and then the Rascals come out. So now the Rascals are and I don't know if they're in NXT or. So let me ask you, the Rascals, is one of those guys the guy that came to NXT with him that was in MSK?
Yeah. Zachary Wentz was with them in NXT.
So they fired him early. They fired him. The reason they fired him was because of some allegations. Did that what happened with that? Obviously, it's all good now.
Yeah, it's all good. He was just being a troll online, and he was like saying like all this kind of like Nazi stuff. But like, I'm
glad you brought that up, Neruben. I'm glad. Yeah. So we can forgive him for that. But all the allegations that were cleared from a person by the name of Velveteen Dream, you can't bring him back?
Oh, I don't know.
See, I don't know what I didn't know what was up with Wentz, and I agree. If Velveteen Dream was cleared, I don't know if he was cleared. If he's 100%,
the girl came out and said she lied. She came out and said it.
Oh, then Triple H need to bring him back then.
Nah, I don't know. There's like other sus stuff against Velveteen Dream. Like I heard he was like filming people in the washroom, like taking pisses and stuff. Like
EC3 said that he was filming them in the bathroom and stuff. So
yeah, like I think those two cases are different because I don't think Wentz has heat with the locker room, but like Velveteen Dream definitely has like heat with a lot of people, even probably still in NXT, and probably has heat with Triple H and Michael. So I don't think you can really compare those two cases.
Oh, okay. So the rest. So I don't know. Again, though, I don't know if they're in TNA just being loaned out to NXT, because this NXT TNA agreement is great for both companies, but I don't know what really is the crux of it. Like, is TNA saying, hey, we want to lose these guys anyway when their contract is up? Because I hear the Motor City Machine Gun. Who did I tell you, MD? The Motor City Machine Guns, I think I said.
Yeah. I ain't heard nothing about that.
They're NXT. That was a new one for me. Yeah, they're WWE bound.
Hey, so there's one interesting thing about the whole arrangement. So, like, they are called the Rascals in both the WWE and NXT, but now they consider it, like I was reading somewhere, they consider Trey Miguel also part of MSK and NXT.
Yeah, I mean, they came out with MSK graphics and all that. I don't know. And that was my first time seeing it. They actually put like in the lower third, they had like TNA on the side. I said, wow. So obviously they're doing something big. Obviously.
Yeah, they have been. I mean, that when Heat Wave went off the air, they finished it with Joe Hendry on the thing. Like, I don't know what's going on. But see, Triple H is, that's what I'm saying, man. Triple H knows wrestling, and it's just like, why not? I mean, TNA ain't gonna, giving them shine isn't gonna hurt you one bit. It's not.
I know where they're going with this. They're actually gonna swerve us all. Actually, they're gonna make it look like Joe's gonna go after the title, but I think they're gonna swerve us. I think what's gonna happen is Ethan Page is gonna do some sort of open challenge, and we expect Joe Hendry to come out. No, it's gonna be Josh Alexander comes out to answer Ethan Page's open challenge for the title.
Oh, that'd be good. Wow.
Yeah, okay, man. Yeah, I don't know what they ultimately had planned with this whole TNA thing, but I like it. You saw what I posted in the group chat, Trev. Shawn Michaels posted Stephanie.
Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Timeline.
You're breaking up.
Oh yeah, I'm in the woods, man. It's going.
Yeah.
Stephanie Backer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I saw something that somebody's named Stephanie is headed to WWE. I don't know who she is though.
Yeah, she's like one of like the top. She's like the top girl and like top woman in CMLL, and she was in Forbidden Door against Sasha. So she
Oh,
lost.
that girl.
Yeah, she's going to WWE.
How the hell did Tony Khan let her slip out of his hands?
No, I don't think it was. I don't think he would have been able to get her because basically what happened was like she got like sexually assaulted by her boyfriend. Like her boyfriend beat her and like did all this stuff to her. But like one of his biggest supporters who made like a public support with her attacker is Roosh. So Roosh like publicly supported her attacker. So I'm guessing like she doesn't want to be around that drama or around any of the CMLL people. So she probably saw this as like a way to kind of start fresh and like wipe the slate clean.
Wow, that girl wrestled circles around Sasha. Wow.
I agree.
So wait a minute now. NXT has her coming. They got Julia, still hasn't debuted yet. Oh my goodness, man! They got all. Oh, Jesus, man!
Not only this, right? Stephanie Vacure was actually in Toronto backstage at Heatwave.
Oh. So she signed, sealed, and delivered.
Yeah, she signed, sealed, and delivered. Like
wow.
It would have been awesome actually, right? If like I probably will go to it later, right? But after Roxanne finished her match, Vacure came out. Like think about the pop that would have made the arena. Think about that pop. That pop would have been amazing.
I thought Julia was going to be the one to come out. I thought Julia would have been the one to come out after that match. So for the women's North American title match, the match of the weekend in most people's eyes, Kalani Jordan versus Sol Ruka. Man, this was great. And you guys know I'm not into all that flippy floppy stuff, but man, when you watch these two work, this was fantastic. And then when they put the picture of the Ricochet Ospreay match next to it, and you see them mimicking all the spot, this was fantastic. MD, you didn't see this one either, huh? Oh, MD. Oh.
Can you hear me? I'm in a bad spot.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear nothing.
No, we can hear you, MD.
No, we can hear you.
So, Naruban, how did this one come off to you?
Oh, this was amazing. Like this was beautiful. Like I ate this up. This was like amazing. Like it's just like these are like two athletes at like the top of their game. Like yeah, sure, like they don't like the psychology aspect is not really all there, but like again, it's not about who's the villain, who's the hero, right? It's about getting a reaction from the crowd, right? And they got a great reaction from the crowd. Like the athleticism, like especially Sol Ruka is just like off the charts, like crazy. And I think those comparisons to like Ricochet and Will Ospreay, like it's on point. It's like it's basically like the same thing, right? Like except maybe they're a little green, right? Like whatever, but like it's the same thing. It's like two athletes at the top of their game, like delivering an exceptional performance.
Yeah, I thought this was tremendous, man. Sol Ruka, what's the name of her move? The Soul Crusher or whatever. When that kind of backflip cutter, man. This was just awesome.
No, it's called a Soul Snatcher, Trail. Soul
Snatcher. That's what it's called. Soul Snatcher. That's what it's called. MD, you didn't see this one, did you?
I saw highlights. Like I said, I haven't been able to watch the whole show. Shout out to both sisters, quote unquote, Kalani and Sol Ruka. You know what I mean? They had Sol Ruka in the Black History Month poster, so I'm gonna just go with that. So shout out to both.
Wait, Sol Ruka, she's a white girl. Yes, what you talking about?
She half black.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, this match was fantastic, man. This was But the problem is though, when you got girls like this on your roster, they need to call Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson up soon, because they aren't as good as these women in the ring. They may be better served on the main roster where they can get into some type of angle. Because they can't hold a candle to these type of women here. Like, they just can't. They can't. And these two are former gymnasts. So again, it's WWE going to the gymnast route. Hell, you might see Simone Biles messing around in this mug. Is WWE going to the gymnast route, getting these gymnasts to come over and try wrestling? And these women are like excelling crazy in this. This match was fantastic. So
I like Sol Ruka, man. You could tell by the way she moved, like it's almost as if she float on the mat, like she's light and like effortless. You know what I'm saying? So me, when it comes to that aspect, I think she's really over Tiffany Stratton in that aspect. Tiffany Stratton better than her, but I like.
Yeah, MD breaking up again, MD. Yeah, he said he was in a bad spot. So let's get into my match of the weekend. Both shows, the tag team match, Chase U versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom for the NXT tag titles. Listen, I'm a tag team wrestling mark, and this was tag team wrestling. Duke Hudson just shocked the hell out of me in this. I mean, Chase, Andre Chase. There's nothing you can say about this. This match was just tremendous. And Chase U is over big time in front of the NXT crowd. I don't know how they'll translate to the main roster, but Naruban, how was this match in person?
Yeah, I got to be honest. I did have to run to the washroom and grab beer, but I did catch most of it. And no, it was great, right? Like, Chase U is pretty cringe. I'm not gonna lie, but that kind of works for them, right? That kind of whole cringy aspect works for them, and like Axiom is like kind of one of the most athletic guys on like the roster. And Frazier, being trained by Seth, also one of the athletic guys. No, it was a great match, lots of great athleticism. No, it was great. I loved what I saw.
Okay, it looks like MD fell off. Yeah, I thought this match was fantastic. So let's get into the women's championship match. You had the Prodigy Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice. This was another banger, man. Honestly, I didn't know Lola Vice was a babyface. That shocked me because for some reason I always thought she was a heel. But I thought this match was great. They beat the hell out of each other. And, again, man, NXT women are just tremendous, man. What did you think about this one?
No, I liked it. I mean, I liked Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka better, right? But I liked it, right? Like, I mean, Lola is still like she's not there yet at like Roxanne's level yet, but like I've seen like over the months, like I've seen her like really improve, right? And I think if as long as like she kind of leans into her strengths and works on her promo ability, she's definitely going to go far. But like Roxanne is perfect, right? Like perfect timing. Her moves are super clean. She can talk on the mic, and like in this match, she was like extremely on point, right? Like nothing, like everything she did was like crisp, clean. Like it was great match.
Yeah, I thought this one was great, man. And I thought that when the match was over, though, that we were going to get a Julia. I thought Julia was going to come out to confront Roxanne because I feel like Julia is the one that's going to take that title from her. I mean, it still could happen on TV, but again, Roxanne Perez is awesome. She is awesome, and I know Booker T just grins from ear to ear whenever he sees her because that's his student. So. Just tremendous. So let's get into the last one, the main event in a 4-way. You had Shawn Spears. Ethan Page. What's his other brother's name with the dread? I keep forgetting his name.
Javon Evans.
Yeah, Javon Evans. That's his name. And the champ, Trick Williams. Again, this is a great four-way. Hey, the shock of the night, the shock of the weekend, they took the title off of Trick. Now, it was a little controversy because Trick hit the Trick knee on Ethan Page, and he kind of just fell on Javon for the 1-2-3 while Sean Spears pulled Trick out of the ring. So it was kind of like a fluke win, but I think it plays perfect for a heel character to get that type of win. What did you guys think about this match, and how did you feel about Trick losing the title so soon?
So I actually predicted the finish of the match, actually, right? Like I was telling my buddy, like, hey, like it's likely Trick is gonna win, but I feel like Ethan is gonna win on a serve. That there's a chance like Ethan wins on a serve because it just doesn't make sense from like a storyline perspective, right? Like for Trick to continue on because like what's next after this, right? Like he's basically running out of steam, right? But no, it was great. It was a great matchup. Trick is hugely over. Like everybody was saying, like singing "Whoop That Trick," and no, like everyone looked really good in this. But I think the real star of the show is Javon. Javon, like,
oh my God.
Yeah, Javon is definitely like a huge star in the making, and he was doing like all his spots were like crazy and stuff, and like he looked out of everybody in this match, I think he looked like the strongest.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're building Javon up to take that title from Obafemi. I just think, to me though, Javon needs to put some weight on his body. He's a little too lanky. But his move, and he's only 19 or 20. His move set is phenomenal. He just great guy, man. And I think the sky's the limit for him, man, especially being this young. NXT has a fantastic roster. My thing with Trick Williams, I love Trick Williams, but I think Trick Williams is more of a whoop that Trick than being good in the ring. And it's just like my whole Ron Simmons thing. Ron Simmons is more over for saying damn than he is in the ring. And I think Trick Williams' wrestling is not to the caliber of anybody in that match. Hell, anybody on NXT for that matter. He is more suited for the main roster just because he's more of a character. And I think they probably took the title off of him so he can get the chase so they could try to rebuild him back up because he was losing some steam. The whoop that Trick thing is over, but to me, he's more of a main roster guy. So I had zero problem with this. I probably would have put it on Sean Spears just because he's been there before and he's never been the champion, but I got zero problem with them taking the belt off of Trick because now it makes Trick come out and be more angry, which I love. And for anybody who didn't see NXT last night, Trick Williams and Javon was going to face Sean Spears and Ethan Page. Javon got attacked in the back, and Trick's mystery partner ended up being Joe Hendry. I don't know who this Joe Hendry guy is, but he is over like hell. I got to look him up on YouTube and see what his deal is because this man is insanely over.
Oh, we haven't even seen what Joe Hendry is capable of. We've only seen like 1% of what Joe Hendry is capable of. Like, see him like in the weeks to come, watch him do some diss tracks because that's his thing, right? Like his thing is diss tracks. He does it like he's on another level, even better than the Acclaimed. Watch him do diss tracks against like all like the people on the roster, and you're gonna see him like really cook.
So he's a music man.
Yeah, he's a music man. That's his thing. He's a music man. So he's gonna do a diss track. I don't know against who. Probably against Ethan, and it's gonna be like once he does his diss tracks, you're gonna see him get over on a level that you've never seen anyone get over on NXT.
Wow, I got to check that out then because again, I don't know. You know, I've been watching wrestling forever, but I don't study TNA's roster. So I don't know anything about their roster. I'm just happy to see people that looks like they're organically over, though, because when he came out, the whole damn arena just erupted. Just showing his face on the screen, Twitter just went crazy. So it's just I got to get to know who he is. And damn, sorry about that. I took you off instead of the thing. So yeah, I got to get to see who he is. But overall, man, what did you think about the weekend that WWE put on in your home country?
No, it was great. It was great. Like the event definitely generated like a lot of business for the area. Like, you know, you had people like, you know, going to bars, clubs afterwards, people spending money. So this is the thing, right? This is like WWE's value proposition, right? They'll go into like, you know, not just Canada or certain cities in the States, but all over the world, and tell people like, hey, this is what we can do for your area, right? You bring us here, you pay us to bid, right? Because we're going to have cities to bid, but then you'll get a return on that investment, right? So because these are like big events, right? People from all over the world, all over the country will come in, give their hard-earned cash, you know, to your arena, to the surrounding businesses. And, you know, we're here to WWE's value proposition. Like we're here to make you money, right? So no, it was great, and it was a great weekend for everybody who attended. And no, it's good, and you know, I hope they'll be back for like a PLE, like one of the big four, you know, at some point in the next few years.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I'm a WWE fan. I'm a wrestling fan, man. I always say just enjoy pro wrestling. Stop complaining so much and just enjoy wrestling. And if they come to your town, make it your business to try to go to a show. I mean, you will not be disappointed. They put on fantastic shows. And I mean, just enjoy wrestling, man. Wrestling, it's cool to be a wrestling fan. I mean, hell, I'm the guy with all these wrestling belts. I'm a 44-year-old man with all the wrestling belts and things like that. So I don't hide my wrestling fandom at all. I love it. It's male drama, male soap opera. It's all good. So, Ruben, I appreciate you coming on, man. I know Dynamite's getting ready to come on. I know that's your thing. You got to hop on there and watch it. But I appreciate you for coming on here because, again, I wasn't doing any shows until August. But when Ricardo told me that you were at the shows, I had to make an exception just to get you on. So I do appreciate you coming on and giving your time and giving us a bird's eye view of how it was in the arena.
Yeah, man, for sure, 100%. You know, I'll definitely, if you need me back, I'll come back, man, because it's, you know, pro wrestling will have its ups and downs, but you know, when it's in its up period, you know, you got to go watch it. You know, you got to celebrate it, right? Because it's a great art form.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. So again, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. I really, really appreciate this.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Take it easy. All right, peace.
All right, cool. All right, there you have it. Straight Talk Society. A condensed version of Wrestling with Reality. MD's in a bad spot right now, so he fell out. Venkat said he would try to come on, but I don't think he realized that there was a show scheduled for today. But nevertheless, we are done. Make sure and check out Tape Fist Politics from last night. Make sure and check out the Straight Talk Society merch store. Go grab yourself a hoodie or a T-shirt or a hat, something like that, a mug. Support your boy. You could also join the channel memberships for $1.99 just to support Straight Talk Society. Let us know that you love what we're doing. I will be back in August, back to live shows. I think my first show back in August is a SummerSlam review. Yeah, so the first Wednesday in August, we will be reviewing SummerSlam. I think that's my first show back. Also, I do have a new top 10 coming out soon. This top 10 is going to be real fun. Top wrestlers to never win the WWF title. That's what this top 10 is going to be. Top 10 wrestlers to never win the WWF/WWE title. So look forward to that. That'll probably be out this weekend. I already have it ready. I just got to record it and everything like that. So with all that being said, man, thank you guys for coming through. Thank Thank you over on Twitter. I know I may sound different because I'm not on my regular setup. This base really was just like an impromptu show. So I appreciate all you guys, man. Van Cat, Big Mike, Ricardo, the best moderator in the building, Keela, MD, the political prophet amongst men, the entire Straight Talk Society, man. Y'all keep rocking with us. We will keep bringing you banger after banger. With all that being said, I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. See you in August. Peace.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
Brother, I'm gonna take you home.
What?
You're gonna be mine.